listening to the CVS show on Phonic FM 106.8, bringing news from the voluntary and community sector in Exeter. Exeter CVS runs the local volunteer centre, offers affordable learning in IT, management and personal development, and gives membership support to charities and community groups across the city. Visit www.exetercvs.org.uk or call 01392 20 20 55 to find out more.
Live and local from the heart of Exeter, this is Phonic FM.
Phonic FM CVS show on Thursday afternoon, the first one of 2015, so it seems a bit late to say Happy New Year to everybody, doesn't it?
It is a bit late, but it's still a new year, isn't it?
It's still a new year and a new start. It's quite cold and wintry out there, so we know it's the new year.
That's true, yeah.
But we're kicking the new year off with a real bang, actually, because we've promised this show for a while. We want to talk about all the stuff that's going on in the Exeter CVS Learning and Development Department. So very happy to welcome Fiona, who is the leader of that department. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
And Georgie, who's a kind of new recruit-ish. Well, you've been with us for a few months now, haven't you?
Yeah, I think it's October, November time.
Yeah.
Now, yeah.
Part of the furniture now.
Yeah. I must say, it does feel like that, actually, Georgie. It feels like...
Is that what I'm like to look at?
Well, no, like in a positive sense, that you know what you're doing, you're part of staff.
Fitted in really well, yeah.
But it's exciting times, really, because there's some brand new stuff happening, isn't there? Which is what we're going to talk about.
There's a lot going on, so we thought we'd pop in to tell you all about it so people can find out what's going on. There's lots of opportunities out there, so we can tell you all about it today.
I quite regularly book people in on the courses, people that I see through my work and my project, and I get to look at it and see the bookings, and I mean, I've got somebody in just... lucky to get them in with the last place on Speaking Up Level 1. The course bookings are going quite crazy, aren't they?
They are. We've actually got waiting lists, which is really good, especially this early in the year. No, it's fantastic. I mean, we've had a really good, the last couple of weeks have been a real flurry of interest, which is really encouraging, because it's always, recruitment's always a challenge.
Yes,
so it's great to be able to say we've got a waiting list, Yeah.
You always find these pockets of people who really want to do the courses, but they didn't know how to do it, and then all of a sudden they book everybody in, don't they?
Yes. Yeah, you do get that. It's suddenly a discovery, and then we get these flurries of 6 or 7 bookings. But I think we're sort of actually one of the interesting things is that the redesign of the website has had a big impact. I think.
Yeah, huge.
That's been a huge bonus. It's really easy, very streamlined, lovely, and accessible. So I think that's been a big bonus. People can find us really easily now, which is great.
Yeah, the website. We have to mention the website. We did mention when it first came on as the brand new website, but it looks fantastic.
It does,
as well, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah.
People can find what they want in it quite easily, get themselves booked in, and the booking procedure is really easy. And you do go onto websites, we all do, whether we're doing online shopping or just trying to register to find some information out, where you have to go through a whole load of stuff and fill in all sorts of bits and
endless
bobs.
Questions. Yeah.
But if you wanted to come and join a CVS course and you'd never done one before, the best way to do it is online.
It is.
And it is really simple. You just simply click the button that says register as a learner, and it takes about 2 minutes. They don't ask you for your inside leg measurement or anything like that.
No, very basic details, yeah.
Although a lot of people do also ring up, and I can book them on as well, and I can do it all from scratch on the telephone to them.
That's a really good point, actually, Georgie. Yeah. It's crucial that people, if you haven't got access to the internet, obviously it's a good point, but also if you're struggling and you just find it a bit overwhelming for any reason, you can call us, and Georgie or any member of the team, but particularly Georgie is excellent at taking people through that registration process. So.
Yeah, and then they can come and learn a bit more how to do it. I mean, I think when I was teaching some level 1 IT, I actually used them registering on the course as part of the learning.
That's a good idea. Yeah,
it works really well. But it is quite fun. There are a few people I book in, and they ask me to do the booking for them. Yeah. And then you get to the actual booking of the course, and ask some very simple, straightforward questions about why you want to do the course, and then I had to put myself into their mindset. Yeah. That's always good fun.
Yeah. Why would I want to do this? Yeah.
Put on the spot.
So what have we got running at the moment? We just had a really successful term, sort of September to Christmas, with IT level 1, IT level 2.
Yeah, just a couple of speaking up courses, a number of short courses, day-long courses as well. So, and really good attendance, really good retaining our learners and stuff as well. Yes. So all really encouraging. And a lot of progression. I mean, that's what we're seeing again, which is really reassuring. Lots of people coming in for a day or for level 1 and going on to a level 2 and longer courses. So it's always comforting exciting when people come back.
Yes, yeah. It means we're doing something right.
Yeah, we're encouraged by that. So yeah, there's a lot going on, and there's lots of, as well as information to put out there, there's a lot of requests for some support and help this afternoon. So we're going to go through that as well. So
what's going on
where
course-wise?
To start? There are so many things. As we just identified, there's a few that have got waiting lists, which is great. But one of the things I really wanted to talk about this afternoon was the Bicton project, which we've been working in partnership with Bicton College now for over a year, really, in terms of some small pilot projects. And we now have the Growing People, Growing Places project, which is really exciting. It's difficult to describe in some ways, but it's basically about personal development through horticulture, which is it's around things like ecotherapy and so on is the kind of background to it. But basically, it is about people coming in, doing a bit of personal development, confidence building, sort of assertiveness skills, setting goals, all that kind of stuff, and then doing a day a week over a 6-week period in the Bishop's Palace Garden, right next to the cathedral.
Lovely,
which is
lovely venue.
Oh, it's brilliant. It's a beautiful walled garden. Huge, loads of space, resources, all sorts of things. And excuse me, we're working at Bicton and providing the tutors and a lot of the skill in horticulture, which is fantastic. And that starts actually on the 22nd of February. I'm looking at Georgie for reassurance there.
That's a Monday.
It is.
Yeah.
There's the dates, yeah. So 23rd, I should say, February. It's all online. All of this is online. And again, you can always come in and talk to us. You know, don't be put off if you can't get online. And there's a number of courses. We start on the 23rd, but it runs until the end of June, beginning of July. So you don't have to get on that first one. They're going to run 6 times, basically, between now and June, July. And that will give us an opportunity. So if you can't do it now, you might be able to do it in May or June or July, whenever. So there's no excuse. You can do any of those dates. And also the days of the week will differ as well.
That's good,
so it might be a Monday and a Friday or a Wednesday and a Thursday, and there's a load of combinations there, but it's all on the website. So it's quite difficult for me to explain all the different kind of combinations, but it's all there for you on the website. And again, you can register online and you get a qualification at the end of it. It's a level 1 qualification. So there's a tiny bit of written work for people to do, but again, not very much. We keep it really low level, and so it's a really inclusive environment. People can progress on there to level 2 as well, which hopefully will get started in September as well. So there's lots of that, and it's new to us in terms of working in the Bishop's Garden, which is a fantastic opportunity. Really central. So you can I think
that's really important. Actually, I mean, this is something that, in a way, we've always wanted to have a location that's horticultural, that's in the city. Because getting people out to places isn't easy, and a lot of people I work with, they always prefer to be in the city. They feel safer.
It's a question of what you know as well, isn't it? I think there's the sort of logistics of it, getting people onto a bus and getting them out of town and into sort of gardens outside, and that's been a challenge which we've worked with in the past, and it's been really successful, and I'm sure we will again. But no, to have something right in the heart of town, they can meet us outside CVS and walk down to the Bishop's Garden, and it's there. And again, we're going to provide all sorts of overalls and wet weather gear and all sorts of stuff, which I'll come to later. And also there'll be a nice sort of warm space down there, little learning environment, which we're at this moment painting, cleaning, decorating, sorting it all out. So there'll be a nice space to sit there, have lunch, have your coffee breaks, all that sort of thing. And I had a chat with Bicton and Ben at Bicton yesterday about actually the sort of horticulture side of it, and there's a lot of sowing seeds and things like growing nasturtiums we were talking about, and marigolds, exactly. So there's a lot of ideas around where it might take people in terms of social enterprise, perhaps, gardening, growing vegetables, hopefully working with local business as well, supplying local business with vegetables in the long term, which would be fantastic.
That would be amazing, actually.
Really good. And also working with perhaps the high-end restaurants to provide those sort of little micro carrots, that are sort of tiny vegetables that seem to be popular.
So we do some designer vegetabling.
Exactly. No, it'd be great. And sweet peas were very popular, apparently. So we're going to grow some sweet peas, so we need canes for that. So I was learning a lot yesterday about the things that we're going to need in the garden and the skills that people are going to learn, of course.
Actually, February is a good time to start this. You don't want to leave it any later, really.
No, we've got to get the seeds in, apparently.
You guys got to get your sweet peas started as soon as.
Exactly. Get the soil warmed up. I was learning a lot yesterday about all the things we need to get started. And there'll be a lot of composting, all sorts of things. So it's a real variety of skills that the students will learn throughout that time.
So things like making raised beds and setting up polytunnels and that kind of thing.
That is also on the cards. We're in the process process at the moment of looking at how we do that. You know, there's the practicalities of it, but there's already some spaces down there that lend themselves to being developed into other sort of, you know, outdoor kind of potting sheds and things like that. There's a couple of glass houses down there already, so we can start from sowing seeds indoors and so on. And that's one of the things that people learn, is looking at what do you sow outdoors, what do you sow indoors, how do you look after the plants. And of course it really relates to your personal well-being as well, because they're looking at how you nurture plants and how you nurture yourself. And so the whole kind of the really holistic approach to it is underpinning everything as well. So working with Ben, who's the horticulture tutor, and with Terry, who's going to be doing the personal development, there's a real close link between those two topics. You know, they're not separate, they're really close together. And that's really important, that's crucial.
It is a real development. I mean, obviously we've run it before at level 2.
Yes, that's right. Really successfully.
And seeing people change, even people who initially weren't necessarily particularly worried about learning horticulture skills, they just wanted to do something and gain confidence. And it is a real conduit for developing yourself.
It is. It's really powerful. And again, you talk about that level 2, which was, I mean, not only was it successful in its own right, it was also award-winning and all sorts of things. And it was a real model of learning for us. And we've taken a lot of learning from that experience and are taking that into this. And again, you know, adapting things here and there. And I think part of it is the level 1, which is a great introduction to it. So there's you know, it's nice and short. It's only 6 weeks, and there's a real opportunity to grow from there. You know, figuratively and so on. But also there's opportunities hopefully with volunteering that will come out of that. So you know, we're looking at, it's really important that this is about not just doing a course, it's about looking at what we can support people to do next. So is it volunteering, is it social enterprise, active citizenship, another course? You know, there's so many opportunities there that we can offer people. And of course it's not just Exeter CVS as well. You know, we work with Bicton, of course, as a partner, and also within this we're also working with Devon and Cornwall Housing, who've been fantastic. They're supporting us with all sorts of things, with some, you know, actually sending us learners, but also about providing things like a small grant to help us buy some fleeces. And we're working with probation as well, who are helping us with some of the delivery, but also of course recruiting the learners. So there's a lot of people involved in it, and it's really exciting.
It is really exciting. I think what we'll do is we'll have some music and then we'll come back and kind of expand on it a little bit more.
Lovely.
And things that we need as well.
Yes, absolutely.
The CVS Show on Phonic FM. Find out more about community and voluntary work in Exeter at www.exetercvs.org.uk. Visit us weekdays 9:30 to 4:30 on King William Street, or call 01392 20 20 55.
202055, the magic number for CVS, or just pop in and see us, and we want people to approach us and find out more about the courses that are coming up. And we've just been talking about the brand new horticulture level 1 courses, and we've just been chatting, saying that the first one coming up has only got 4 places left on it. You can book in, you can book online, you can ring us up, you can speak to Georgie and she'll talk you through the booking. Come in and see me and I'll sort you out as well.
Just, I mean, you know, there's always someone around, and if you're struggling with the information that's on the website, there's quite a lot of stuff to kind of process on there if you're looking at the different dates and all that sort of stuff. So if it feels even remotely confusing, just pop in, ask on reception, just say, look, you want to book on a course, is someone there to help you? And we're always around, someone there to help you. So
and just really quickly, if I was just booking on anything I want to do it, then what do I expect? The first one is 2 days a week, 1 day a week, 1 day a week.
So it works. It's over 6 weeks. So you've come in on the week 1. You come in for 3 hours, just workshop, kind of personal development stuff. You know, who are we, what you're doing, just learning about the whole thing really. And then after that, you've got week 2, 3, and 4. Will be 1 morning a week at CVS with the personal development, and 1 day a week with horticulture. And then week 6, you come back to CVS for a sort of final workshop, just to kind of find out what next and what to do and stuff. And that's basically it.
Yeah, that's a nice kind of toppy-taily thing, actually.
Exactly, and that's great, actually, because one of the things that we struggle with in terms of kind of delivery of learning is it's difficult to have that time with people on a one-to-one basis. And actually what we're doing with this course is, the way the funding works is the community learning funding that we got through Bicton, is it enables us to do some one-to-one stuff with the students, which is really unusual now. You know, funding is really tight and it's really difficult. difficult. So this is a really fantastic opportunity. We get to sit down and almost do like a learning plan and say, you know, what can we do to support you, what you're interested in, what are the challenges you're facing, you know, and we don't have that opportunity in a lot of our courses, so this is really exciting.
It is exciting, and yeah, as we said earlier on, it's not just you come in, you do this course and off you go. If you want to talk to us and work on things like volunteering ideas, just putting together a package for people that they want to move forward with, a bit of a plan.
Yeah, and I know it sort of gets trotted out a lot, the whole holistic approach to things.
It really
but it is
true.
That. Yeah, it really is.
But we call it the portal of dreams, don't we?
That's right, exactly that.
Once you come into the CVS and sign up for something, you've entered the portal of dreams, and we'll
and it goes on and on forever.
We'll try and make dreams come true.
But it is, you know, I mean, hopefully, actually, what is a good thing, if people do want to have a look on the website, there's a bit called Celebrating Success, I think it is, in the learning area.
Yeah.
And there's some videos there of talking to previous learners. And of course, you know, I can say how wonderful everything is, and you know, but it's great to hear it from the learners themselves. And there's some there about the football projects we've done and the horticulture stuff.
Brilliant video for football project.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So if people want to hear a bit more about students, you know, learners talking about it, then have a look on the website. There's some great little video clips on there as well.
Yeah, some good quotes. Yes. And we were saying during the music earlier on that we'll try and get a couple of our ex-students who have done well from these kind of courses to come back and have a chat to the new students.
Yeah.
That's always a good thing.
That's really important. And actually what we really hope is that people coming on these courses start to kind of perhaps get involved as volunteers on subsequent courses.
Yes.
You know, so if you've done the course at the first course and you loved it, maybe you want to come back as a volunteer and help in the gardening on the subsequent courses, you know, and that's a real possibility. And I know Ben, the tutor, would be delighted to have other people, you know, previous students coming in to help with growing stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and that idea of lead on as well, it's always interesting. You get a group of people who have signed up for level 1 speaking up. Some of them quite nervous, some of them not sure whether they really want to do it or not, but they're going to sort of stretch their comfort zone a bit, and then they all want to do level 2 by the end of it.
Yeah, it's really, I mean, it's really heartwarming actually when you see that experience, and from a tutor's point of view it's great, and an organisation's point of view it's good as well. And you get a real sense of people just want to go on, and you know, they get to the end of level 2 and they're desperate to do what next, you know. And unfortunately we don't, it's very difficult to fund things beyond level 2, but what we are doing is saying, right, okay, what about social enterprise and volunteering? There's always something next to do. And we're always trying to look at different ways to fund different stuff all the time. So
well, one of our tutors is somebody who's actually kind of gone through that process over the last couple of years.
Yes, she has. Yeah, she's a shining example. She started off as a level 1 about 2 years ago, and now is actually going to be delivering some of the horticulture courses. It's wonderful. She's a great example.
She's done every course under the sun.
Yes, she has. and it's remarkable actually, the change that I've seen in her, but also in her change in her own attitude, how she wants to achieve what she wants to achieve, and actually taking real ownership of her own decisions as well, which is really exciting. And bringing real humour and stuff as well.
Oh yeah, she's absolutely brilliant to have around actually. It's interesting actually, Georgie, because I think there are people who they pull different ideas in from different courses, so they might do maybe up to 5 or 6 of our courses over a period of about a year or two, and it's kind of building their personal portfolio together, and it really, really works. I mean, I'm thinking of one particular guy who's going to move from level 1 to level 2 speaking up, who's just done level 2 IT, and he's saying, please can you do IT3 with me? And the volunteering that he's been weaving in with that as well is all building up into something fantastic that
it does.
I can see it won't be long before he's sitting on the show here telling me about the stuff that he's running that he wants people to get involved with.
And it is and it's not just one-off cases, this, is it? It's, you know, we see it all the time, you know, that it does, doesn't it? And it's
recognise names.
Yes, you do. People come back, and also what they're doing, as well as building their own confidence, they're building their CV, they're building their skills, they're making themselves more employable if that's what their aim is, but also in terms of actually just making decisions about, you know, can I set up my own business? You know, can I do something for myself? Which is really daunting for anybody, but certainly if you're sort of building that confidence and you can say, right, okay, maybe I can do this, maybe I can really live the dream now, and I can enjoy doing, you know, gardening, setting up a gardening business.
And you're meeting new people as well. A lot of people go away with new friends as well, don't they?
They do.
We've had that a lot. We've had a lot of comments saying, you know, I made some fantastic friends.
The bonding of the groups is absolutely brilliant. And also when you read some of the feedback, and I think it was the last the most recent Speaking Up Level 1, where somebody was asked what they thought of the course so far, and they started talking about how much they'd noticed development in other students.
Yes.
And that was just such a lovely thing to reflect on.
I've saved that comment for future, yes.
Good that we've written that one down.
No, that is true, isn't it? And I think one of the things that we try and kind of foster is the opportunity for learners to spend time with each other, so that it's not just about coming in and sitting at a desk and learning stuff. It's far more than that. It's very much an opportunity to meet people, to talk about their own ideas, to share ideas and so on. And actually with the Bicton stuff as well, with the project that we're doing, the Growing People, Growing Places, we're trying to encourage people to stay on site for the horticulture, and there's going to be a shared, it's a garage that's being converted to a nice learning space, with lots of lovely posters and chairs and teas and coffees and all that sort of stuff. So there's a space there for people to sit, to chat, talk about ideas, and enjoy the whole experience as well.
Yes, that's fantastic. One thing I would say as well is it makes a big difference if I'm speaking to volunteer organisations, because I've got somebody who wants to volunteer for them, and I say, tell them a bit about them, and I say they've just done our level 2 this, and they're just about to start our level whatever this. That carries a lot of weight. So this person's quite committed, they're quite focused, they turn up for things, and they're developing themselves. We want them on board. That's very true, isn't it? And it does demonstrate that people are making some decisions, and as you say, they can have structure and all sorts of stuff. It's not just the qualification, it's all the meaning around that as well, isn't it? So, yes, indeed, we need some help, don't we, with this?
Yes, we do. I'm going to ask Georgie actually to read out a list of stuff in a minute, but basically within any project there's always a kind of need for tools and stuff, particularly an agricultural project like this or horticultural project, and as always, as I'm sure most of the listeners will know, funding is always difficult, and it's always eaten up by all the sort of things like delivery and so on. So while the courses are all completely free, and that's really important to remember,
we must mention that.
It's all completely free, and the tools will be provided and so on, but we are looking for support in this area. So whether it's businesses or individuals, companies, anybody at all that can help us, we do have some things that we need. So I'm going to ask Georgie to read out our list of things that we could do with some help with.
Right, we've got a big list.
Okay.
Right, so we need 4 wheelbarrows.
4 wheelbarrows.
we need
it's just that Ronnie Barker sketch, isn't it? 4 candles.
We need wheelbarrows.
Yeah.
We need forks, but not the cutlery kind.
Okay.
Spades. We need shovels. We need a couple of rakes. A couple of trowels. We need 10 buckets. We need 50 plus 8-foot canes. We need a lot of them.
That's for sweet peas.
Oh, of course, to make some lovely wigwams.
The wigwams,
we need some twine, if anyone's got some spare, some plant labels, preferably large, and some water butts. And we've sorted the fleeces. Yeah,
we got some funding actually, which is great. We've got a small grant, which enabled us to buy the waterproof fleeces, basically, or the showerproof, I think they are, fleeces for everyone to wear, so everyone can keep warm on site.
We need some steel toe-capped Wellingtons.
Righty-ho.
We need some gardening gloves, some rigger ones, some waterproof trousers and jackets, and some safety goggles. So you don't need to bring anything, really, just wear your own clothes. So we sort all that out. People have been asking me about that, so we cover all of that.
That's important to know, actually, of course, because it's, we can't ask people to turn up for a free course and then say you've got to bring your own stuff. So, and some of these things are essential. Some of them are desirable. Most of it is actually essential. We've got to be really aware of the health and safety and looking after our learners on site and so on. So, we've done a risk assessment with Bicton and said, right, what do we need? What do we have to have? So these steel toe-cap wellies are essential.
They are, yes.
Yep, and really important. So we're looking for any support, whether it's say donations, or whether it's actual physical donations of some gardening equipment, or whether it's some financial donations as well. All appreciated. And
we're always willing to publicly thank the people who donate,
of course. Yes, actually that's quite important, because there's on our website as well, quite recently we've just put a new page which is all about corporate social responsibility, or CSR as it's quite often known, and that's very much about working with businesses, organisations, about saying how can you engage with your community, how do you want to work with your community, And that can be through giving people's time, donations of money, or things, gardening stuff or whatever. And there's a bit on our website which is really good. It explains all about the sort of things, the benefits that an organisation would get from this experience, and that includes things like radio, posters, publicity, all sorts of things. All our courses are obviously online and so on, but we will start to sort of put out logos on things. And for example, if people would like to sponsor us, we can put posters and stuff up in the Bishop's Garden and thank yous and all that sort of stuff. So it's a work both ways. We can publicise. Absolutely not. We can do that. And so any ideas, if anyone's got any questions about this as well, we are going to start tweeting this, and it's going to go out on social media as well about all the things we need. But if anyone's got any questions, just get in touch with me. I'll be delighted to talk to people about it. And also, as we said earlier on, most of us in the organisation know what's going on. So yeah, exactly.
We're not one of those organisations where you kind of get rid of the wrong person and they have no idea what you're talking about.
No, and we'll make it up if we don't.
Oh yeah, we never let on we don't know, do we?
No, exactly. No, we are a small organisation in that regard, aren't we? Which is great. We all talk to one another and we know what's going on. But so if anyone's got any donations or ideas, absolutely pop in and talk to us.
Yeah, pop in, pick up the phone, 2020 55, email. There's loads of email addresses and contact stuff on our website. And the website's good. Just browse around the website and you'll find out all about this.
And listen to the previous radio shows.
Yes,
of course. And you can see there the kind of thing that you might be able to get if you're an organisation. You can start hearing about radio clips. These get tweeted on social media and all sorts of stuff. So it is a real bonus for organisations, businesses rather.
Definitely. Okay. Anything else we need to add?
Just before we go, really, just a couple of things. Online is our whole learning programme, because obviously aside from the Bicton stuff, there's always loads of other stuff going on. We've got our core programme. So we've got some ITQ courses, IT qualifications, a level 1 coming up.
Yes.
I know there's some spaces on there. Georgie, there's about 3 or 4 spaces left on that one. And again, book online. I think it starts on the 21st of January this month. So in a couple of weeks' time, isn't it? Yep.
Yeah.
Starts
they're
really
brilliant,
soon.
the IT courses. I just want to say hello to Dave out there, because he's our tutor. He's brilliant.
he's ready to go. There's a few spaces on things like the level 2 coming up as well, speaking up course. And basically look online. There's a few spaces coming up. We're really keen to start filling those spaces. And also there's an ET course coming up, education and training, not for a couple of months, but it'd be good to for people to have a look at that. It's all about adult education. It's a qualification that people can get if they want to come and do some teaching in adult learning. There's also, I'm just going to push another couple of courses as well, which is the Creating Chances, which is the work we're doing with the football club.
Popular. That's good.
They've basically kind of commissioned us, if you like, to do some training with them. So we've done this a couple of times with them before, again award winning, which is fantastic. And basically it's a personal development and coaching skills. So you get to do the morning, you do personal development, which is confidence building, asserting, all that sort of stuff, goal setting, and then in the afternoon you do football coaching skills with the football club and their community coaches. This one's going to be based in Tiverton. It's at Bicton College, and it starts on the 4th of February. So you can you can contact us at CVS, or you can go straight to the football club and contact Jamie Vittles, and his number is 255 611.
Okay, so we'll be promoting that one as well.
We are. That's on our website as well.
And great stuff. I know from the volunteering side of things, some wonderful community football teams out Tiverton way that run disability football.
Yeah.
And they've been looking for extra coaches for ages. So if we can get someone to kind of go along and do this course, and then maybe go and do some volunteering with them, that'd be brilliant.
Brilliant. And that's what we've done in the past. From our previous students that have done the courses with the football, a good 4, 5, 6 of them are now doing coaching as a volunteer with the football club and areas around Exeter and in Exmouth as well, which is great. And also we're working, we haven't got the dates set yet, but again, keep an eye on the website. For March time, we're going to be doing some work, again, employability skills kind of mixed in with personal development on this one in Newton Abbot. And in the morning you do your personal development, in the afternoon you go and do skateboarding and BMXing. So
fantastic.
Haven't got all the information about that yet, but look online.
And the BMX and skateboarding, is there an age limit?
No, actually we encourage people to sort of just talk to us about that. There are different ways of funding people. That's one of the things. I'm not going to get into the complexities of it. It's any age, so sort of really 19 upwards, but also if you're 17 or 18, come and talk to us as well. That's fine too. And any age. So if you're skateboarding and you're 90, that's fine.
That's good, because I'm used to when you go into any of our courses, really, whether it's speaking up, IT or the horticulture, you do see a complete mix of people.
Yes.
And we always used to say on the level 2 horticulture, we usually had a group of about 8 people aging between 19 and 60 plus.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking with the BMXing and the football, then that can still apply.
Yeah, absolutely. And it does. It says in the advert, which we sort of, as I say, we haven't finished it yet, all ages, all skills. So Brilliant. All levels. Yeah, absolutely. Good. And I think that would be a right laugh. It'd be great fun. Yeah. And it is the one of the sort of coaches that's going to be involved is the UK BMX champion. So, it's good stuff. Yeah.
We're going to see you on this one, Fiona?
Well, who knows?
Yeah. Do we have a little visit down to that one? Have a go. That'd be great.
I think, we're hoping to actually get down there with some cameras. So, yeah, we're going to do some of that. It would be good fun. Yeah, I think so. I think we'll have a staff outing.
Yes, we should do, yeah. So there's something for everybody, literally. That's
there
is. Cliche,
there really
but there is.
Yeah.
And just start off small. Come in, and even people who come in and all they do is like an hour a week on the UK Online Basic IT. If they want to progress on from that and then get into personal development, then it's all there for you. The Portal of Dreams is always open.
The Portal of Dreams is always open.
Okay, brilliant. Well, thank you so much for coming on and talking about this.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for the time.
And we'll get all the information out there, get everybody booked on.
Great, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
I was never one to be tough.
And of course we couldn't come back into Welcome 2015 without our first Volops of the year. Volunteering opportunities for the week commencing 19th of January 2015 of all things. First one says, join the Neighbourhood Army. Westbank's Neighbourhood Friends aims to keep older people out of hospital this winter by mobilising an army of volunteers to help the over 75s feel safe and supported in their own homes. So if you live in the Exmouth or Budley area and you have a few hours to spare a week to help the community, then give Julie Phillips at Westbank a call on Exeter 01392 823 690 to join up. It says join the army. It's a good army to join this one. Next one says put the kettle on. If you can make a tasty cuppa, then Take a Break is seeking people to serve in their tea bar at the Exeter Magistrates Court. Serving drinks and snacks to the public and to the solicitors as well. And all you need really is a friendly, outgoing personality, and they'll offer full electronic till. It always says offer full till training. And I think that's because it's actually a brand new computerised till system, which is very, very easy to use once you've had the training. Of course, you might be very retail savvy and know how to use all these wonderful things. So if you're interested in that one, give Anne Bates a call and she'll tell you all about it on Exeter 01392 495 473. And it's worth mentioning with that one, it's a nice opportunity to get a bit of sort of cafe and social experience as a volunteer. It's for victim support. So that's the people who you're supporting when you volunteer there. Plus, it's quite interesting seeing all the comings and goings at court. So one for people who don't mind admitting they're a little bit nosy as well. Can you lead from the front? The British Red Cross is looking for people to lead the event first aid volunteers in their local area. From attending public events as a first aid volunteer, to then arranging and facilitating meetings with the team and with the trainers to identify any requirements for the service. Full training is given on this role, so give Mark Howells a call on Exeter 01392 353 282. So you do your first aid training, you become a British Red Cross first aider at events, but you also take a bigger responsibility on to actually lead those teams, organise the meetings, get the training sorted. So it's a good one for developing those kind of leadership and management skills. Of course, this is very important to help keep our air ambulance flying. Devon Air Ambulance Trust urgently needs some really good volunteers to help run their Topsham shop. The duties are varied and will include sorting, steaming, using the till, creating wonderful window displays and much more. They especially need someone to help with their book collection. So if you think you can give them a hand, then give Rosie Oakes a call on Exeter 01392 466 666. Very, very important. There's a lot happening with Devon Air Ambulance Trust this year, and Rosie, who I had a chat to just before Christmas, is going to come on the show very soon in the next few weeks
and talk about all the volunteering opportunities, because Devon Air Ambulance is expanding into night flights, which is going to be really, really helpful for people. She'll tell you all about that when she comes on the show, hopefully sometime in February. How do you like yours in the morning? A great role is... I was going to answer that then, but I'm not going to now. A great role is on offer for someone that can drive a minibus, because Stalkham House have over 400 free-range chickens, and that's a lot of eggs to be collected and graded and distributed. So if this ruffles your feathers of interest, then give Christine Jarman a call on 01395 232 373. Stalkham House is a wonderful place, situated out towards sort of the Sidmouth Road, but it's a wonderful place where it's a residential place for people with learning difficulties, and they've got a farm there. They've got reed beds where they do their own reed bed water filtration system. They do drama, music. They do some amazing stuff. It's absolutely brilliant, and they've got their own sort of eggs, chickens. So if you can drive a minibus and help them collect, distribute the eggs, then that would be fantastic. Woodbury, that's where it's near, Woodbury. Okay, a quick summing up. Join the wonderful, friendly, helpful neighbourhood army at Westbank, helping the over 75s feel safe and supported in their own homes. Give Julie a call on 01392 823 690. Help victim support by volunteering in their Take a Break Cafe at the Magistrates Court. Give Anne Bates a call on 01392 495 473. British Red Cross not only want you to help them out by doing some first aid events volunteering, but they would like you to actually lead the volunteers, arrange stuff, facilitate stuff, do a bit more of a kind of like managerial role with it. So if you think you're up for that, then give Mark Howes a call on 01392 353 282. Devon Air Ambulance Trust, they've got a fantastic shop at Topsham, all sorts going on in there. Lovely picture here of two actual volunteers in the shop by the books having a cup of tea. So that's just reassuring, you do get tea breaks. But give Rosie a call on 01392 466 666. And finally, if you can drive a minibus, then help with all the chickeny eggy stuff. And we know which comes first. Obviously, if you're going to a farm, the chickens come first, then they lay the eggs. Give them a call. Give Christine a shout on 01395 232 373. And as always, there's loads and loads of other opportunities coming in all the time. Come and see myself or Emily at the Volunteer Centre. Give us a call on 20 20 55 or take a look at the website.
Listening to the CVS show on Phonic FM. The show was produced by John Stammers and Nick Kiss for Exeter CVS. For more information about any of the issues raised in this programme, visit www.exetercvs.org.uk, email cvs@exetercvs.org.uk, call 01392 2020 55, or visit us weekdays 9:30 to 4:30 on King William Street. Exeter CVS is a registered charity supporting the community and voluntary sector in Exeter.